Very late, very late, very late. Only 3 minutes. Come on, come on. Okay, so the plan for the day is to colour Lady Chaos from the Void Raider comic. Now, the most boring part about colouring, obviously, is flats, so I've already done them. So, plan for the day is to make it look very nice, very nice. Okay, so new layer. Let me just hide all these. Go on to do soft light. Pick up grey. Why isn't it working? Here we go. So I've seen people do. What's going on here? Saving. Pardon me. What I've seen people do, which I really like. I've completely lost what I'm doing here. So yeah, on this soft light, you go white. Makes the highlights, which I quite like. First of all, we need to figure out where we're going to get the light from. So I'm thinking just sort of put a big light here. Shine down. And then have one about here. Void Rider is a comic in the making by Rune. Can't remember his name, but I don't want to mispronounce it. Rune Salverson, whose link to the Twitter is floating along the bottom. It's looking quite cool. It's like a futuristic. The way he described it to me, I got a lot of dark future Tron vibes for the whole story. From what I've heard, it sounds pretty cool. Okay, so Michael McCartney is here. Hello to you. Hail the commie. Okay, so way too big. You lasso fill. What? Okay. My phone is going crazy. Hold on. Anyway. Do you know what? I'm an idiot. Because the lighting has to go up here. Because if they're shading on that shoulder or that arm and on the leg, but it's not too bad, so we go like this. And I'm on the wrong layer. That happens to be so many times. So many times. Cheeks highlighted. Black for these bits. What's going on there? So try and blend in the lighter bits, but not too drastic. Just enough to try and get rid of the hard lines. I didn't do the face very well with the highlighted points. Buff these in before we get to the blending part. I decided to try and learn to be a colorist because I'm still in the very early stages, but I would consider myself a writer. Many writers find it very difficult. But if you want to make a comic book just as a writer, like, that's fine, go ahead. It's very costly. You have to hire an artist, a colorist, a letterist. It really changes what you can do with the book. If you really want to make something for yourself more than anyone else, it gets way too costly. So my thought was, I can't draw. Like, I ain't got. There's no hiding that. I can't draw for shit. For colouring, if I can colour the book, not only is it going to save me some money. Oh, I didn't blend these. But it'll make it easier for me to work with other people. No one wants to work with just a writer because they seem to think, oh, you're just writing the book and then I've got to do all the work. At least this way I can try and share the workload a bit more, if that makes sense. I will eventually learn to draw, but it's really hard to get it done properly. We are at a disadvantage, but there are advantages as well. But not being unknown. Being unknown sucks. But we carry less risk, I suppose. Oh, that was way too big. Right. Should point out I'm only roughing in the lights at the moment. Should have done this ages ago. I don't know why I didn't. A little bit here. Pardon me. blending. Push a bit of that up because it looks a bit low. That's a bit small. You know, when I decided on colouring, it was because I thought, okay, it's going to be really hard to learn drawing. Okay, it's not like people spend years, like people who are really good at it spend years on it. I thought colouring in, I can colour in. I've been colouring in since I was like 3. Oh, it's so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. Like, it really surprised me. But because I don't know how else to say it really, but because Comicsgate is amazing, all I have seen is people who want you to succeed and get better. So even though, as you can see, I am not the best, I think it's safe to say I would be even worse if it wasn't for the wonderful people in Comicsgate. I mean, there's people that they've got campaigns and they've made thousands and thousands, and I've come along and said, look, I'm brand new. Like, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? What have you done here? And I think they've all just helped. No one says, like, just do this, do that. Everyone I've spoke to has been extremely helpful, and extremely amazing. Okay, so okay. Rune Salverson. I hope I'm saying that name right. I tried to say it earlier. I might have got it completely terrible, but this is the guy who's making Void Rider. So any questions, throw them at him. I'm sure he will be very happy to share his story. Wally, how's it going? So, doing metal, I'm not gonna lie, it's something I'm not very confident at. That's what I'm here for. So I'd like to go in from the top. I imagine these bits have got to sit higher on the gauntlet, so they'd have to be lighter, obviously. Add some dark. I do realise a lot of people that are streaming colours and whatnot probably talk and engage a lot more than I am, but I haven't even got an excuse. That's just something I've got to work on. This bit should be purple. What have I done? We want I'm on the wrong layer again because try and add a bit of darkness into this. Not too much, just to highlight, further highlight the raised edges. Let's catch up on that. You have played it cool. I like it. Right then, so that was a bit too much. pen seems to be going a bit dodgy. So this bit should be in shadow, because I imagine this top bit will be raised slightly so that like sits in. So something like that one's a bit too much. Right, so the way I've tried to do it is so this middle section will sit in the gauntlet more, because it's curved. You're going to have more of the light on this bit. So the outside, but inside is slightly darker, if that makes sense. See you later, Wally. Thank you very much for dropping by. So let's jump on this side. So we've got a secondary light coming from this side, which is what lights up this. So, in fact, most of this bit is going to be a bit lighter. This will be in shadow because it's hidden behind that. Let's just chuck the shadow in now so I don't confuse myself. Side shadow. Okay, let's give this a whirl. So let's jump on these boots. I want to go back to that face. I think I can make that face pop a bit more, if that makes sense. So again, right up here, shining from the because then this part will be in shadows. This bit should all be lit. Let's chuck some shadow bits on it actually. I think I've learned this by now. Making sure I'm on the right layer, but I really haven't. These middle bits got to be highlighted to match. Wrong layer again. Okay. I think this looks a bit flat. Yes, I'm using Clip Studio. Fairly new to it. I started on GIMP. Oh my god. Everyone says GIMP is crap. I mean, it's not great. I'm not gonna lie. But it's also, for learning, I think it's probably the best place because you're given so little that like whatever you make, you're proud of. If that makes sense. And because there's so little, you're not overwhelmed. Like, if anyone takes up colouring and jumps straight into Clip Studio Pro or Critter, that was another one I used. That was pretty good, to be fair. It's overwhelming how much stuff's on there, what you've got to do. I do recommend starting on GIMP just to, get a bit of a feel for it. I think that's a bit better in the face. More of a shadow from the hair. Yeah, I absolutely refuse to pay Adobe prices. This Clip Studio, I wanted. Everyone recommends it. Everyone swears by it. But I didn't even want to pay as much as it was. But they do massive sales, and you get it for like £20, like one-off payment. And I was like, yeah, that's good enough for me. But yeah, I actually quite like GIMP in it for certain things. I think, let's say, if you're starting, I recommend GIMP. It's pretty cool. Let's just get rid of these. Right, what I need to do now is to find a very nice, sexy background to make it pop. I do cheat on my backgrounds, I'm not gonna lie. It's supply transformation. Load, damn you, load. just going to quickly check the football scores while this is loading. Oh, it's taking so long. Nothing interesting happening in the football world. Why is it taking so long? Come on, damn you, come on. Just need to see if it... No, I had my pen turned off. Just get rid of these. Make that smaller, because... It's on a different layer, so I'm not layering it. Let's just tidy up the image. Tidy. Make it look pretty. So this is why I should have used the wand thing at the very start instead of being like, oh, I should probably use this. One of my, I'll openly admit, one of my biggest issues is I just don't think all the time. And it really lets me down. Right. Okay. I should probably have everything on. So let's see how it looks. I want it to look like, you know, that, I don't know what the word is, you know, that car paint that's like black until you see it in certain angles and the colour comes through. That makes sense. I think that's some desaturation, just a tad. I think I'm happy with that. Flick paint, is that what it's called? Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's called Flick paint. As I say, I'm not 100%. A quick Google search shows that kind of looking thing, because Google's my best friend. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. Anyone in the chat? Happy? Not happy? How does it look? Oh, I'm not finished because I'm an idiot. Add a layer. Glow. Purple. Yeah, now I'm happy. The shading on the gloves. Joined in. Everything's being a bit. Just wait for this to stop being stupid. If you can see my mouse, I'm thinking, see, like in these, like the joint bits where there'd be even more inside. Yeah, they should probably be a bit darker, with like harder shading, I should say. I would put harder shading in this bit, but because there is a smaller secondary light this side, I don't think it would have too much of a shadow like it does here because of that bit's like it does here, sorry, because that bit's. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see my fingers. Right, so let's get in. I got my pen upside down and off. That was clever. It's still a bit big. to do loads of tidying up after. Whoa, what the? There you go. Do you know what I've realised since I've been doing this stream? My head very rarely stays at 90 degrees. Okay. Yeah, colouring metal is... I like doing it because I need the practice and I know it's something that I need to work on. In the same breath, though, I hate doing it. It is very hard. Like, I seen a really cool picture of Colossus the other day. And I was like, oh, I want to colour that. And then I was like, no, I don't. I'll leave that for someone else. I ain't doing that. Yeah, when I started off colouring metal, I just used to use gradients because so they haven't even got it on this one. On I want to say GIMP. They've got like aluminium gradients and stuff like that. And that's really helpful. It's really helpful for new people like me as well because I can see how the different colours line up and interact. Having the skill to do it freehand, another thing entirely. Oh, phone's going crazy again. All right, so I'm happy with that, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between. I will say, let me find it. If you go on to Rune's Twitter, which is at the bottom right now as I'm speaking, you will see concept art for the Void bikes, and they look dope. Plan, I don't know when, but I'll probably live stream a ride bike colouring as well. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone who stopped by. It's been lovely chatting with you while I've been colouring. It's been a nice change from just calling in by myself while it's been quiet. Make sure everyone has a good day, night, morning, evening, wherever you're from. Peace out. See you later.